Hello everybody, and I hope you're having a fantastic day, and in this video I'm going to be talking about the step up spawn that just came out. The monster step up spawn that just came out. So, let's get to it. The spawn is going to be, I believe it's going to be 130 gems. I might be like a bit off, but it's going to be around at least 130 gems. Did the math kind of quickly. First step up's going to have half an ether, guaranteed one select defense gear. Second spot's going to have one guaranteed select weapon, and a third of awakening ore, pretty much 3 awakening ore pieces. It takes 10 to make one, so there's that. And then you're guaranteed one select SSR monster. So the first issue with the spawn is it's 130 gems. What I missed they used to do, what they used to do is they had separate weapon and armor step up spawns and separate monster spawns. These weren't combined, so when I was when you were doing step ups before, right, whether you were for armors or monsters, they were separate, so you didn't have to do them in both. Especially consider I only want one, and that would be like the monster side, and even then it might be a bit iffy. So I don't like how they fuse them all together to make one huge expensive spawn. I wish they had it separate for a while now. They had just a singular armor and weapon spawn and then a monster spawn. It was 45 gems. I miss when they did that. I don't like how they just fuse it to one huge spawn to make it heck of expensive for stuff that I don't even care for. I only really care for the last step. I do not care for the other 2 steps whatsoever. So let's move on to the reward pool and see what they got cooking. In the monster spawn, they have all of the mortal sins from before. That right there is very, very cool. I'm glad they got that, because I honestly need to go back on these. But here's the issue I see right here. They have 133 cost. They have Larial Archangel. Now, don't get me wrong. If you don't have a monster, having it really, well, I wouldn't say having the Mortal Sense is going to be a great ability. These give good stats and good awakenings. The Mortal Sense absolutely will. You're going to need a crap ton of them, especially considering that it's one of those monsters, right, which they should really fix this, because I really still hope this is a bug, because if it's not, it's going to be quite irritating. Mortal Sin, you can only use the exact monster to actually awaken it, or an awakening new, which you actually have to pay money for, which is, again, stupid. So anyways, moving on from there, it kind of destroys the free-to-play concept whatsoever. You got all the other archangels in here, so you have all the 4 archangels and then the mortal sins. My issue is this one's 33 cost. And with usually, especially step up spawns, the lower the cost, the higher the rates. This is really basic for step up spawns. So with that being said, Larial's probably going to pop out the most, especially considering that it's 3 to 2 costs behind everything else. Larial's probably going to pop out the most. That is my main issue, let alone the stats that you're getting on the monsters is completely random. So yes, if I were to do this spawn, it would help me. It would be small steps though, because first of all, I'm not getting the monster of my stats, but I am getting the awakening materials, so when I need to do them, I absolutely can if I manage to get them in my stats. And when I do, I'm absolutely going to probably jump a gear score, maybe 5-10k, but that's the issue, is it's going to take a while for that to even happen, because first I need the monster of my stats. Then if I'm getting mortal sense right, I'm going to need a lot of the mortal sense, or I'm going to need 35 awakening News. And doing that for 130 gems each, that's really expensive. That is extremely expensive. So it's a spawn I have to pass on, and that's pretty much the only reason I would do this. Now when it comes to the weapon and step up part of this, I just want to say with some of these step up spawns they've had out, I could for surely say this is kind of really mediocre and push over. Because they had good step ups, like the Art of Step Up, or the one with the Reflection XL, the ice looking gear. Those were good step ups for sure. Of course, the weapons are always going to be a bit iffy, but those are a lot better of a step ups. These right here, first of all, the light gear right here is only really good for elemental. The previous art step up was better than this one right here, better than this gear right here personally, I must say. And it's just going down the list. I mean, some of these abilities are good. I'm not going to go over them, but some of these are also stuff that you may not need whatsoever. Even if you get the weapon of your class, like this bow right here, 33 costs are a bit outdated. They're going as low as 33 costs. And this right here, Wild Hunt, is a treasure hunter exclusive ability. I'm not interested in that. I'm trying to make my archer even more powerful than it has been before. Actually, sure, the light element stuff is good, the art stuff is good. Fatal Testament double XL doesn't really matter versus XL. It's only like a I think it's like a 3% chance. These armors right here would be cool for my archer, but that's as far as it goes. I already got reflection reduction, so I don't care for that. And I already got the cosmetic I want from the Far East gear set, so I don't care for that. Like, these step-ups parts of the spawns are mediocre. I personally would waste my gems on them. When they come out with better step-up spawns for armors and weapons, which they have been consistently and constantly so far, I'd wait for those. And I'm talking like stuff that's already going to give you like the max cost guaranteed, and all you gotta do is spawn it for like 60 to 80 gems. Instead of doing this one right here, this one's 70, so it's nearly the same price that I just said. I'd wait for those instead. I wouldn't even worry about these whatsoever. So that's what I gotta say about the spawn and everything surrounding it. It's just, especially like the first two parts of the step up are mediocre. Like, overall, the spawn's just way too expensive. Sure, the spawn would help even me out, but it's going to take a long while, and I'm gonna have to will a significant amount before I actually get what I'm trying to get, what I'm looking for, and everything surrounding that scenario and situation. So I personally don't find it worth it. Heck, you may even be able to get Awakening News, if they still had them in the shop, that is, as Awakening material quicker than you would get Awakening material in here. It's literally less expensive. Hold on. Okay, so you got a Mortal Sin, right? Mortal Sin needs Awakening New. 35, I know it's not in the shop right now, but 35 cost Awakening News, I believe, are $37. So if you go in here, if you actually go in here, $37 is 90 gems. This is 130 gems. It's literally cheaper to do that. And at the very end of the step up, you're not even guaranteed a Mortal Sin, at least. And even if you are, it's not guaranteed to be the one that you need for Awakening, because you need the exact same one, and if you don't get the exact same one, guess what? You can't awaken. So it's even easier, it's even more efficient and cheaper to obtain Awakening material, at least for the Mortal Sins, in the recommended packs, which is kind of sad considering the whole step-up spawn, most of the step-up spawn featuring the monsters, is supposed to be the Mortal Sins. But that's all for this video. Thank you for tuning in, thank you for watching, and I hope this helped out. This is the AzureWrath, and I will catch you in the next video. I'm out. Peace.